Welcome to the G3 podcast. We're going to be talking about everything geeky and nerdy in between comic books, toys, video games, movies, you name it, we got it.
You're tuned in to the loudest, craziest, and most excited bunch of geeks and nerds on this side of the planet. You're about to dive into everything nerdy and geeky in between. This is the G3 podcast. Gamers, geeks, and good times.
Good evening, everyone, to all our viewers, to all our followers on the G3 socials. And another Friday has come. Isang G3 podcast na naman. Mainit na mainit! Mainit na mainit ang gabi sa Pilipinas. At kahit mainit ang gabi, mainit ang na ihahain namin sa inyo, guys. So as you can notice, dalawa lang kami ni Kapitan Mike and ni Captain Mike for this episode. Unfortunately, medyo nagkasakit si Jazz. He was supposed to be here with us today. Frogs, Jazz, palakas ka. Frogs, my friend. And syempre, Chino is still on vacation and Rene is taking a break. And nasira yung PC ni ni Trexter.
alam mo feeling ko the universe is trying to prevent us from making this show happen. Pero obviously, as we love you all, that's not gonna happen. Kasi syempre, we're here to provide you with insights, perspectives, and obviously, and a lot of conversations that only G3 podcast can provide. So, what's happening, boys and girls? This is your captain speaking, and today it's with me, Charlie. So, kung nandito kayo ngayon sa stream, baka gusto nyo please consider sharing the page, sharing the stream sa timeline, sa mga groups na na pwede nyo namang anuhin.
Share nyo lang, libre naman, and like nyo na din namin, malapit namin mag 3,000, guys. So that is something na ma-achieve namin. And of course, talking about mainit and all the mishaps that happened within the G3 podcast. Parang hindi pa tumigil eh. Alam mo yun? All the mishaps continued with the G3. So,
hey, notification squad, what's up? Listen, you comment, si Harry pa lang nandyan. Pero sige, let's go.
Well, hindi muna tayo magbabasa ng comments since wala pa masyadong comments. So, let's do the news, Cap. Since wala si Jazz, who's supposed to do the news. Si Cap muna ang mag-news natin for today. Go for it, Cap.
Muna.
So, sobrang ready kami, guys.
Yes. And this happens during live stream. So, habang pine-prepare natin yung obviously magaganap na news, let's go check out first the folks at the comment section. I am not sure what's going on. Parang yung live stream natin may ayoko namang sabihin may nananabutahin ng live stream natin. Pero for some reason, when I was checking the live stream, hindi ko siya ma-share. Okay, so yan. Nandiyan na si Raymond Ordonez, si Zayed. What's up, brother? Welcome to the podcast. Let's see, let's see where we will bring this to. O, yun naman pala. Okay, so Facebook apparently has this particular mishap of sorts. Kaya hindi tayo
Ayun na, guys,
makausan.
hindi pa tumitigil yung disaster from the topic that we're gonna discuss to Facebook's interface. But I just want to say hi to our viewers habang pine-prepare ni Cap yung Sega News. Harem Rempilio, let's go G3. Syempre si Tito Raymond Orendes nandyan. Conquest equals disaster na convention of 2023. We're gonna discuss that later. Zaid, our friend, what's up with
Uy, nasa Zaid is currently overseas, ha?
Oh, wow. Nice.
Where you know? Did you know?
I didn't know.
So, yun nga. Zaid, thank you for dropping by. I don't know what time is it in your area.
No, he's back now. He's back na. So, he's back in the Philippines.
Cool.
I saw his live last time, so.
Gulat ako. Sabi ko, when he did his live, I noticed na parang he was trying to converse with something, but obviously I did not I was not able to understand because he's using a different language.
It was Arabic.
Yeah. And the fact that he's here, then definitely he is currently enjoying. So
I was in Baghdad. It was not too fun, but good to see my buddies. There you go.
Well, yeah. So we'd love to So hold on lang inaano lang natin.
Sige lang, finalize mo lang. Oy, dumating na si General. Pasok natin.
Yan, sige, ipasok mo.
Pasok natin. Ayan. General, kamusta?
Yo. Yeah, super stressful day. Like, I thought my body's gonna give up on me. Did a rain check, and ito lang pala yung kailangan ko.
Wait, ain't gonna give up.
Flower.
Wow, okay. White flower it is.
Yeah.
Gusto ko lang din basahin yung comment ni Raymond ni Tito Raymond na bakit ka nasa payatas. We're gonna discuss that later.
Chill ka lang. Relax. So, yun nga. Buti na lang nakarating si Jazz. Welcome, brother. Mukhang napagod talaga to. And I cannot blame him. We will get into those. Oy.
Ready na ba, Mike? Ready na ba yung Sega News?
Jazz is ready na for the... Nandiyan na si Jazz eh. So, iano lang natin to. I-prepare ko lang muna to.
Ilang Sega News natin to? Dalawa, di ba? We have 2?
We got 5 actually.
We got 5. Holy shit, boy. Wait lang. Here's the thing, all right? Kakarating ko lang, my apologies, but I haven't opened yung mga script. No, yung mga script mismo ng Sega.
It's all good. It's
all good. So sige, bago
Okay na.
Ready na. Huwag ka magulo. Pakita mo na.
Wag ka muna magulo kasi batian portion nga muna, 'di ba? So dahil diyan, we will proceed with of course with Captain Mike's batian portion. Alam mo na. You know how it is, people. Sige, let's go read out a couple of dito. Sabi nga ni Harem, let's go G3. Raymond Ordonez, Conquest Disaster na Convention of 2023. I'll say my piece on that one. Later, obviously, Zayed is greeting us since he's here. I thought he's still in overseas. He was in Baghdad. Yun nga, sabi ni Raymond, bakit daw nasa payata si Lee? Sabi ni Harem, day 1 was tamed, day 2 and 3 was out of control. Later. And of course, white flower for the Thunder, sabi ni Raymond Ordonez, hindi naman.
Orendes! Mike!
Orendes nga. Huwag ka magulo. Sige. So, Orendes. Sorry naman. Mga Thunder di ba? Sige.
This just proves na Thunders na rin si Mike.
Oo naman.
naman.
Kung feeling matanda ka na, ano na lang tawag sa akin, di ba? So, dahil dyan, at nagpe-prepare na si Jazz, Ready ka na ba, General?
Sumusubo
Ayun
pa
na.
si General eh. Let's go to the Sega news.
Oh.
Let's go.
Lagi ako nabibait. After nung intro, di ba, may Sega pa pala. Nagsalita. Nabibait ako lagi. Ang tagal nung apacing.
Debated.
Pero na nga mga kaibigan, for our Sega news of the week, first things first, Sega Summer Early Bird Sale is now on. So for Sega Altos games, for a maximum discount of 90% off, Sega Summer Early Bird Sale is currently underway on the PlayStation Store and Nintendo eShop. So select PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and Nintendo Switch titles will be available at a special discounted price. Like yung Like a Dragon Ishin, we got Lost Judgment, the Lost Judgment series, Persona 5 Royal, with over 40 DLCs, Soul Hackers 2, Devil Summoners, and yung isa sa mga pinakahihintay ko din na gusto kong ibigay ni Sega, wink wink, Kimetsu no Yaiba, The Hinokami Chronicles. Ayan.
Oh yeah, let's go!
So
Sega, we're here to review.
Demon Slayer, let's go. So the sale will last until June 12, 10:59 p.m. But butal, no? Dapat 12 p.m. din. Pero ewan ko.
Yeah.
June 12, 10:59 p.m. And be sure not to miss this opportunity to grab some epic games. Ayan. So, syempre. So kung gusto niyo maka-discount at may mga gusto kayong games na laruin, lalo na yung Persona 5 Royal, which our review is out already, no, matagal na out na review namin. Yung Like a Dragon Ishin, Lost Judgment, Demon Slayer, nandyan yan lahat. If you own a PS4, a PS5, or a Nintendo Switch. So for our next Sega news, Samba de Amigo is coming to the MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest 2, and MetaQuest Pro. Ayan. So I've heard of the MetaQuest na VR, but I haven't tried playing the MetaQuest VR. But Samba de Amigo is coming to MetaQuest 2, 3, and Pro this fall. A trailer has been released and pre-orders are now available in the Meta Store. But ayaw tayo tigilan ito Samba de Amigo, no? Parang every week na lang may Samba de Amigo news tayo. Which is,
and I cannot blame them. Pero sige, tuloy mo.
It's a pretty well-known rhythm action game. It's usually popular in arcades on the Dreamcast. Makes it much anticipated return, fun for all ages, and nobody can get into Samba de Amigo and have a blast. Ayan, so fall 2023, all right? Fall. Kailan ba fall? October ba dito sa atin?
Yeah, around October.
So, around October. So fall 2023, Samba de Amigo is coming. If you own MetaQuest, MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest 3, or MetaQuest Pro, be sure to grab it, no? Ang hirap naman nung naka-VR ka tapos parang hindi ka ba mahirap na nga sayawin na walang VR eh. But, you know,
the thing
I think they're playing with the Saber VR. You remember that?
Parang, parang Beat Saber.
They're kind of emulating that into Samba de Amigo. Let's see if it will work. I think it's a fun concept to have. VR and all the dancing. Yeah.
Kasi I played the arcade version of Samba de Amigo eh. So seeing this for me is a fresh take on that old rhythm game na originally ginawa ni Sega. Yung arcade game na yun, pag inano mo yung maracas talaga, alam mong may tunog talaga doon sa mismong ano. Kaya,
yes, sir.
I mean, it's fun.
And sobrang saya nung mga nasa advertisement nila.
It seems like they're having fun.
Yeah.
Yan. Syempre, speaking of having fun, our next Sega news for the week is another Sega sale. And this time, it's gonna be Sega Publisher Sale this June 2023. So it's right now. It's happening right now, and it features Yakuza Kiwami, Yakuza 0, and of course the Yakuza Like a Dragon titles, and lahat ng Yakuza series, no?
Yes,
featured dito sa sale na to, and Sega games up to 70% off. And if you're a PS Plus member, ayan, mas marami ka, mas malaki pa yung matitipid mo or mas malaki pa yung discount for you. But this is, yung kanina na sale, it's for PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch. This sale is exclusively for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. So, there are other titles such as Abegoro, Super Monkey Ball 1 and 2 Remake. Ayan, pwede nyo ring Empire of Sin, a strategy game that takes place between the Prohibition era. Ayan, so marami pang iba. And lalo na pag PS Plus member ka, mas malaki pa yung magiging savings mo. And this sale will last until June 21. Ayan, yung kanina, June 12. Eto, June 21 naman. So, mas marami-rami ka pang time para mag-ipon, para napagitnan din siya ng sahod day eh. So, may yung 12 kasi hindi sa Petsa de Peligro yung 12 eh.
Kaya nga,
so, mahirap bumili dun eh. Ngayon, ito 21. So, aabot talaga siya ng sahod day. So, mas may chance ka pa makakabili. Ayan.
Tipidin. Tipid-tipid.
And of course, for our next Sega news, Like a Dragon Gaiden. No, may mga grabe no. Kanina say Like a Dragon, right now Like a Dragon Gaiden. The man who erased his name. Official announcement trailer is out now. Tingnan nga natin to. Di ko pa
It looks good. Grabe. Ganda, ganda.
見ましたよ。コードネームジョーリー。
Wow.
大丈夫か。
お待たせしてしまって。
トラブル発生。車はまだか。
到着まで3分。何があった？
お前らも今回り右すりゃ無事に帰れる。
Sheesh.
さもなきゃ。これから起きることは全部お前らの選んだ結果だ。
Oh, that's so badass. Oh my god. Amazing.
Ay puta, parang silito ah. Baka mukha mo li.
Konti na lang. May pang cosplay na ako.
Kagi ka mukha mo seryoso. Bagay kapag ginanon mo yung buhok mo. Bagay ka dun. Kagi seryoso. No joke, no joke. Ayan. So again, Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Raised His Name, trailer is out now. So kung hindi nyo naabutan yung video na napanood namin, it is out on YouTube, it is out on Twitter, it is out. Baka nga may nag-upload na rin sa Facebook, no? So,
Yes, sir.
abangan nyo lang guys, or panoorin nyo. It's badass, may kamukha si Lee dun. Ayan.
May pang cosplay
So,
na ako.
Nice. Yeah. So, for our last Sega news for the week, it's back with a beloved title, Sonic Superstars. Ayan, a brand new title in the Sonic series has been announced. So, Sega is pleased to announce that Sonic Superstars, a brand new installment in the high-speed action series Sonic the Hedgehog, is slated to release in fall 2023 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Steam, and Epic Game Store. Lahat, no? Lahat. Kulang na lang mobile.
Oh, yeah.
Mobile, lahat. Kung meron kang mga console, may PC ka, at pwede mo itong malaro itong game na to. So, Sonic
I
Superstars
like it.
is a brand new high-speed action game that combines the classic feel of the 2D side-scrolling Sonic series with a crisp 3D graphics. A new adventure begins for Sonic and his pals, Tails, Amy, and Knuckles in the mysterious North Star Islands inhabited by gigantic creatures. Ayan. So, key features ng game na to, next evolution of classic Sonic, colorful cast of characters, all new Emerald powers. Mike, wag mong gamitin ng cheat kung lalaro mo to.
I was just gonna say.
And it has a 4-player co-op. For the first time in history of the series, you'll be able to play with 3 other friends locally and have a blast through the stages with family and or friends. Ayan.
Wow.
So Sonic Superstars. Ayan. So solid 'yung 'di ba? Parang 3D. Ayan. Coming this fall 2023. Ayan, mga kaibigan. So shoutout nga pala dyan kay Chino. Ayan, Chino. Speaking of Chino, he has a review of Sonic Frontiers out on our YouTube channel right now. Chino, nasaan ka ngayon? Nasa to si Chino?
Mashi.
Japanese na? Yamete kudasai? Grabe.
Isang yamete nga dyan, Chino.
Sa yamete
Yung malakas.
English wakaranai. English wakaranai.
English. No English.
English.
No Moshi.
No
Ano
English. Mashi. Kamusta mga guys? Kamusta naman tayo lahat dyan?
Okay lang. Di tulad mo, pogi pa rin. Pogi ni Chino. Pogi, oh. Uy.
Saktong-sakto yung Sonic with my kid. So, we'll probably buy that for our Nintendo Switch para makapaglaro.
Ibig sabihin, pwede mo laruin yung Sonic pag family man ka.
You have an excuse to buy it pag
Last
may anak
week's
ka.
episode. Ayan. Sobrang callback. Wala kasi sa rin eh. Pero yun nga mga kaibigan, that's it for Sony tuloy.
For Sega.
News for the week. Back to you, Lee.
Ayan. I think we still have a little bit of news from Mike with our Razer Gold news, Kapitan.
Oo naman.
Ibalita mo na yan.
Dahil dyan, ibabalita ko na po ang aking news for So we start off for Razer news. We will start off po with
Hindi mabuksan yung script eh.
Hindi. yung plug ng Shockbyte. So, with Shockbyte kasi, Razer Gold has this partnership with Shockbyte. So, ano yung Shockbyte? It's a game server na you can do your Minecraft, your Ark Survival Evolved, and Rust. So, syempre may bayad yon, pero you can actually score 2 years worth of game server hosting services if you redeem with your Razer Silver. So yung Razer Silver is your reward when you purchase stuff using Razer Gold. So yung iba kasi nag-iipon ng Razer Silver to redeem other stuff. Pero if you are playing Minecraft, Ark, or Rust and you want to have up with a server, then this one is a great deal for you. So until June 30 lang to. So you go check out gold.razer.com for those details. Siyempre, second in the news is what else? It's Diablo 4 giveaway. So yung Razer Gold is giving away 1 Ultimate Edition and 1 Standard Edition of Diablo 4. All you have to do is just reshare the post that is on the Razer Gold Facebook page, tag 3 friends, and then comment why you should win.
Yes, sir.
So, ganun lang yung kadali. Terms and conditions apply, obviously, and it's gonna be until next week lang, June 15, 2023. So all you have to do is just check out the Razer Gold page, and it's applicable to verified Razer Gold users only. Yan.
And see you in hell.
Yan.
Yes, sir.
Dahil dyan, we proceed naman to another side of the universe. Obviously, the Razer Gold will be hosting a community meetup that's gonna happen on in the several parts of Southeast Asia, but in the Philippines we will be having it this 24th of June 2023. The venue is yet to be announced. Pero gaya nung ginawa nila doon sa Conquest na they give out almost 100,000 pesos worth of prizes, they'll be doing the same thing in this community meetup. So meron na silang may tournament sila doon, may goodie bag sila doon, meron silang promotion, and then they're giving away another Razer Escort chair, which by the way,
naman talaga yung Razer.
Paagalante talaga ni Razer Gold, pero
Razer Gold, baka naman.
And sabi nga ni Jazz, nung napaupo siya doon, ayaw na niya umalis. Kasi ganun kakomportable ang Razer Escort. I mean, for a big guy like me, parang nanlita ko dun sa upuan kasi ganun siya ka-comfy. So,
Nice.
Check out the Razer Gold Facebook page that is at Razer Gold Silver. Oh, so yun. That's it for my
That's it for the Razer
Gold
Gold news. Basta game load, Razer Gold.
Razer Gold.
Yeah, matik yan, guys. Matik na mag-sign up na kayo, go to their
Razer
pages
Gold.
and do the raffle. Grabe. Walang yaka chino talaga.
Wait and see.
So,
May latency
word
ba
na
ako?
to. Sobra. Sobrang tagal. So, now we're gonna go into the topic, guys. Our main topic for today is Conquest: Turbulence in the Skies. So, as you may know, guys, G3 Podcast has covered different events, and one of them is Conquest. And we're here to discuss what happened and with all the controversies that came out this past week after the event, what is the take of the G3 Podcast panel. So let's start with the with the team. I want to ask each one because actually Mike and General Tuna, Trickster and Rene actually went to the event. So I wanted to know their personal experience with the event. So let's start with Jazz since he was actually a part of a booth. Chiarina Andon, he was there. So he was an exhibitor. So let's see what is the perspective of an exhibitor on the event. So Jazz, how was the experience? Let's start with day one.
All right. So day one was okay. All right. Day one is passable. It's like last year's Conquest, diba? Na
Right.
yeah, may pila, yeah, mahaba ang pila, but everyone managed to get in the convention, have fun.
Right.
May pila din papunta ng second floor, so like okay, but everyone got in. Everyone like got a chance to roam around. Walang nasaraduan ng entrance. Maraming tao, but you know, it's something that you'd expect from convention, like a full pack, para siyang full pack ESGS, di ba? Na yeah, siksikan yung tao pero you can basically move around. So it's day one is fun because di pa ako na-require mag-work ng day one. I had a chance to make content with I had the chance to do the intro ng video with Mike for TikTok and then for G3. Pati I think I got to be with them then, sumabay ako sa kanila papunta doon. Lala got a chance to cosplay na hindi siya nababangga sa mga tao.
Right.
I enjoyed playing Guitar Hero dun sa Play Zone, man. I played a heck of a lot of Guitar Hero. Thank you so much pala Nico Guarte and the team and you Tito Steve's. Tito Steve, tama ba Mike?
Yeah,
Tito Steve,
yes.
thank you so much. Disappointed lang ako doon kasi ayaw nila ibenta sa akin yung Guitar Hero na controller. So, yun lang yung, may disappointments man ako sa day one, I think yun. Managed to interview people na walang bumabangga sa amin. Rani the Games, Gala, ayan, na-interview namin. Got to watch a few of my friends host as well. Got
Nice.
Razer goodies. Thank you so much nga pala kay Razer. Binigyan mo kami ng milk tea ni Lala.
Nice.
Milk tea and a tumbler actually. I think kayo binigyan din ata kayo Mike, pero nung day 3 na. But yeah, yung day 1, the milk tea ng Moonleaf, so solid na solid. Ayan. So that day 1 is like the perfect, what you call, not perfect, right? Everybody has his mishaps, right? But
Right.
it's adequate. You know, it's what you'd expect in a convention.
It's passable, kumbaga. Overall,
it's passable.
it's passable for the day.
Kumbaga, kung may grado man, day 1 is a 75. Yun na yun.
75. Pasado, grabe. Muntik nang bumagsak. Muntik mapalakol.
Pero like, alam mo yun, like, you can still, you can say, okay, sige, di ka bagsak. Alright. So, day 1 is 75 for me.
Alright, right. So overall, it's a passable event for Jazz. How about you, Cap? You've been to day 1. How's the experience on day 1?
Day 1 ko is, I mean, it's good kasi if we are going to compare the other days that happened, we'll get into that.
You'd
so
rather stay in day 1.
No?
You'd rather stay in day 1.
So Well, yes, kasi as you can see dito sa video namin yan, if you haven't, go check it out. We had, umakit, as in pagpunta mo doon, ang daming tao, you were expecting, actually, ini-expect ko nga, mas marami pang tao pupunta doon eh. Pero what happened was, nung pumunta kami doon, chinek lang namin yung place, kung ano lang yung mga pwede namin puntahan. Kasi as an editor, I have to obviously come up with B-rolls and whatnot. So, in-inspect muna namin yung place, see how it is. Tapos after nun, pagdating ng lunchtime, kumain kami nila Jazz.
Right.
So, pagpunta namin doon sa labas nila Trickster, tsaka nila Jazz, nilala, I mean, food is good kasi you have your options. You have your options sa food, sa taas,
Can
sa
I
baba,
shit on a food stall?
sa labas.
Can we shit on a certain food
Later,
stall?
later. Later, General. Later. I'll give you time.
Steakhouse ba yan?
I'll give you time. I'll give you time, guys, for
Okay.
shitting on things. Right now, we're just on day one.
Oh, positive on day one. Okay.
Probably the best day out of the 3 days
Yeah.
when Conquest happened. So, continue on, Cap.
Hindi, so, I mean, kung gusto mo kumain, meron dun sa loob, meron dun sa labas, meron sa taas at saka dun sa baba. So,
Late lang din namin nalaman na nandyan si Mami Poland. Nung tapos na
Oh,
kami
yeah.
kumain.
yun. So overall for me, it's ano lang yan eh. It's good or bad, then I would say it's good. By the way, yung hawak ni Jazz is the official Ragnarok Origin merch na binigay ni Razer Gold. So thank you.
May secret sa loob. Ayoko sabihin kasi you have to have one of these to know the secret. Ayan.
You have to go to the community
drops.
event to find out.
drops.
May drops yan sa loob. Ayan.
Okay, so yun, sa akin yun.
So, if you would score it like Jazz, out of 100, kung mag-score ka ng how was day one, what grade would you give it?
I'd be generous enough to give it an 80.
Wow! Okay. An 80. All right. So, it's good. It's better than what Jazz gave. So, that is positive. I think everyone on the event on day one had a pretty positive experience, or at least a passable experience. Actually, there were news already on how the line was developing on day one. And ito na yung mainit na tsa, guys. As you know, it has trended. Hashtag Conquest 2023 has trended on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, with all the issues that happened on the event. So now we're going to day 2 and 3 for the guys before we go deeper into this madness. Let's start with Mike this time. I believe Mike wasn't there on day 2, but he was there on day 3. So Mike,
Yes.
with all the things that you saw online, all the news, all the posts, all the trending posts regarding Conquest, how do you compare what was being told on social media and your personal experience on day 3? By the way, guys, just to disclose, the team was not invited to be a media partner for Conquest, so we actually bought our tickets ourselves. So this is a very personal experience. We are not, limited with our comments. So, Mike, what do you feel? How did you see day 3?
Okay, so bagong lahat, we would like to call on the presence of the 15 viewers that are watching, particularly, siyempre, si Ma'am Irene. Hello.
Hello po, Miss Irene. Hello.
From Razer Gold. Thank you for dropping by. So day 3, nung narinig namin sa balita yung day 2. So, ang routine namin
And I've
kasi
been
when
giving
you
you information about day 2,
you've been giving information
like,
kasi nandun
situation report. Yeah.
Oo, so nung sinabi ni Just kung ano yung nangyayari nung day 2, the first thing I told everyone na sasabay sa akin papuntang Conquest, agahan natin. Let's leave at 8:30.
Right. Ooh.
So, kasi ang nasa utak ko noon was, it will open at 10, we go there by 8:30, we leave early para makasabay tayo doon sa pila.
Right.
So, pero nung pagdating nung umaga, nung susunduin ko na tong sila Jazz, I just found out na Minog nila yung opening time ng 9 a.m. So, syempre, dali-dali kami nila Jazz, nila Trickster. So, we went there. So, talagang I was expecting the worst. Nung 10 pa kasi noon, kukunti pa lang yung mga tao. Paglagpas nung lunchtime, doon na nakita mo lahat ng tao doon. People were going na to the booths, to the stalls, checking out everyone. The one you're looking at the video right now is captured at around 11.
Right.
So 11 yan. So nakita mo na
Wow.
kagad kung gaano nakarami yung tao. Tapos a lot of people are still outside lining up.
Right.
When we
right.
went there, the people were like all around SMX.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we were expecting the worst talaga. So a lot of things happened naman dun sa ano na yun. But obviously we'll go to that particular part na later on. Pero yun, I'd like to cite this one out, which is a true statement. Sabi ni Pao.
Yeah.
On another
Oy,
note,
si
the Just
Pao.
Dance booth gave Conquest positivity despite of what's happening. And
I heard.
think-
I actually read some posts regarding the Just Dance booth on the
It
event.
was their saving
actually,
grace.
It was actually
Nung-
crazy how everyone was participating. And I heard na parang nagkaroon na ng earthquake sa second
Mini
floor because of
earthquake.
the booth. Yeah. So
Oh.
that's a good thing. One of the good things that happened on the event.
Tapos sisingit ko na rin tong nag-post na to because he's calling me. Carl Cunanan from my Call of Duty, one of my Call of Duty events nung previous year.
Yeah.
Pa-shoutout po, isa po ako sa players sa Shogun Empire na nag-champion sa Bash Tournament. Uy, hello.
Uy.
Okay, so yun yung tapos the thing dragged down dire-diretso nung
It
towards
went all downhill.
Oo. Buti na lang, naikot ko na yung mga places doon. I mean, there are people who are happy, pero obviously most of them are upset. But we'll get
Right.
into that again later.
So before I go into Jazz's experience on day 2 and day 3, I want to ask you, Mike, how was the content inside the convention? Aside from the controversy or the issues about the line, the volume of people who came in, how was the content inside? Maganda ba yung booths? Maganda ba yung participants? How was the overall feel of the event? Because aside from the issues of the line and the obvious overcrowding, how was the content inside? Is it enjoying? Was there a lot of things to do?
Oh, so ito nga. So there were some activities there from the sponsors. Trickster and I actually had Trickster had Pocky.
Mm-hmm.
Nanalo siya doon, nanalo siya ng prize doon. Ako, I went to the Del Monte booth noon to do a TikTok. Hindi rin ako nanalo, pero obviously I still had fun. So, meron dong isang part naman na, yun nga, si General nga, nakita ko nag-hosting. Ngayon ko lang nakita ng ganun si General in his element up close. Dati kasi nakikita mo lang si Jazz sa TV.
Right.
Sa pero nung nakita mo siya up close talaga, makikita mo na Jazz is wacky sa show, pero nung nag-hosting na siya, nung nagkakast na siyang ganun, iba yung level na yun ni Jazz. Tapos, yun yung sa first floor, Yan sa second floor, the one you guys are looking at, dahil 10 a.m. pa yan, actually 11, wala pa ibang mga talents, obviously, pero ang dami ng tao. Tapos, nagbabad din ako dun sa indie booth.
Right.
There are so many independent players there, independent game developers there. Shout out kay Goodnight, kay Mecha Blitz, kay Ranida Games, Pita Fighters. Tapos, yun nga, yung Just Dance na area, yung area nila Tito Steve, talagang, alam mo, when you go to one location, it gives you like a different vibe.
Right.
So, pag pumunta ka sa
So
Just
there
Dance,
was basically there was a lot of things to see, there was a lot of things to do. So
hindi ka maubusan.
there you go. So that's a positive thing for Conquest. Let's say right now, the content inside the booth according to Cap there was enough things to do. There was, a lot of things to see inside the booth. So they did a good job on that. But how about you, General? How was day 2 and day 3 with all the issues that's happened over the past week? How do
Right.
you compare the issues online and what you experienced personally on day 2 and day
So,
3?
okay. Despite all the issues, yun nga, like you said, the long lines, rude
Mm.
staff, but all the other things, right? Actually, I haven't had a chance to roam around on day 2 and day 3, actually, because I was
Mm.
stuck in the booth for the whole day. So, yung break ko nun around like, they're giving me a 30-minute break to walk
Mm.
around. I think the pinakamahaba na ata yung 1 hour break when the internet went down.
Mm-hmm.
So, sumama ko kanila Lala, ganun. Went down for a smoke, balik na naman. First time ever na kailangan ko pumila sa CR ng lalaki.
Wow.
Always yung walang pila ang CR ng
Oy.
lalaki.
Right.
But at that moment, like, nakita ko talaga may pila yung CR ng lalaki. I didn't mind. I can hold it in. I managed to let it out. And then, nag-ikot-ikot pa kami doon kasama yung mga friends namin. With my workmates as well kasi may booth din si C-Sport doon sa kabila na
Right.
lalaro sila ng Omega Strikers. So yeah, I get to meet a lot of people. I get to meet like yung mga kaibigan ko sa industry. Yun yung parang yun yung on a positive note like it was fun. It was fun getting out of retirement. It was fun bringing up the hype. Nakita rin ako ng mga tao na di ko alam nakilala pa rin pala ako from before. Like alam mo yun, like gaganon sila. General.
Pre. True story to.
Picture, like ganon. Ano yun, Mike?
Sisingit ko lang Kasi when Jazz said na parang he came out of retirement, ang ina-expect ni Jazz, he'll just chill and just roam around the event. Only to
Right.
find out na yung like when we were grabbing something to smoke. Jazz was like, nilapitan pa si Jazz doon. Uy, General Tuna. Yung ganun ba?
Right.
Siyempre,
Nice.
ako, as a friend ni General Tuna, uy, meron akong celebrity sa tabi ko. Yung ganun ba? Proud ka rin. O sige.
But actually, the thing is, I was gone in the scene for a long time. The pandemic took a hit in my being relevant, right? So hindi ako nag-expect hindi ako nag-expect ng mga tao na lalapitan ako para magpapapicture. They might probably forget about me for some reason. Yun na iniisip ko eh. Tapos bigla na lang, nagugulat na lang ako na biglang may lumalapit, nagpapapicture, gano'n. Like it was heartwarming actually na may mga ganun pa, 'di ba? Kasi usually mga nagpapapicture, alam kong kilala ko lang din, 'di ba? Or yung mga kilala ko din sa industry na talents din mismo. So isa yun sa mga the fun parts or like the parts that made me
So
happy.
overall, like
in day
it
2 and
was
3.
it was a happy experience for you personally, despite all the issues. So, Mike, ito na. We talked about all the good things that you guys experienced. These are all personal experience from an exhibitor's perspective, which is Jazz, and General si Cap naman na as a visitor or a participant who bought tickets. So now let's get deeper into what actually happened. So this is the tea comes in. So as you can see, we did a little bit of research. We're not trying to cloud chase. We are here to discuss things
No.
that are
that are proven
relax ka lang,
with
relax ka lang, Mike.
screenshots.
Relax ka lang, Mike. So
No.
these are things that are going on social media na we need to discuss and have an insight to improve on. This is not to, we're not trying to kick down the organizers when they're already down. These are insights from the community that they are supposed to be taking care of. So number one issue was the line. Like everyone has posted. Do we have a screenshot of the line, Cap? Ayan. So this is on day 2, right? Or day 3 na. Right. So this
It could either be.
It can either be. So this was posted on all the social medias and it became very viral. Day 2 and day 3 had tons of people coming in, and there was a very long line na lumabas pa ng Mall of Asia.
Paikot pa talaga. Paikot na SMX, ganun. Tapos may
There you go.
snake, ganun.
Paikot ng SMX.
Haba ng pila. Yeah.
And most people didn't even get to go in the event. That's one of the complaints on social media. So now,
just to before you continue, Charlie, the picture they're looking at the left, to those who haven't been to SMX, would be at the back part na ng SMX.
RDU.
Right.
RDU
Ayan
ng
yung
SMX.
loading, no? That's the loading dock.
Loading bay.
Basically, ayan yung mga
Loading
truck.
dock.
That's the loading bay. Yeah, that's the loading dock of SMX.
Yung mga
So that's
nagpapasok
very
ng mga,
far.
Oo. Tapos yung the one on the right naman, on the other hand, is the main entrance where you go to SMX.
Right.
Tapos you see those white tents, those are yung mga food stalls yan. So if you notice, I'll just zoom this one in. The one here on the left side is supposed to be dinadaanan ng mga sasakyan yan.
Right.
So tapos itong
basically
nasa,
the lines took over the road. Kumbaga, no? Wow. And madami pang issues with what happened to Conquest. So now that we've seen, this is one of the main things that that we saw online that trended, the line and the overselling of tickets. Apparently, that's what everyone is saying, which the organizers has done, as we assume, quote unquote, intentionally, and they oversold tickets to get as much people coming to the event. So guys, with you guys who went there, what's your take on this? Because this is not your first event. We've covered different events. Would you say?
Of events.
Yeah, that's what I said. we did cover a lot of events, and you guys have went to different events. And what's your take regarding this? Knowing that there was tons of people waiting, there's a lot of people who didn't even get to go into the event, even though the ticket was sold online, which basically could have been prevented. What's your take on it? Let's start with the General muna this time.
Okay. Again, online ticket selling should have stayed online. All right?
Right.
Having an event with an event that's well managed and well run is actually better than flexing the number of tickets you've sold or the number of people in the event. Like, para sa akin, mas it would make a lot of sense. It would make me believe in the event kapag it's well run. Kahit pa 1,000 lang yung taong pumasok, 'di ba?
Right.
Like kahit pa hindi nyo napuno yung buong convention, 'di ba? As long as it's well managed, as long as people had fun, as long as alam mo yun, like naalagaan nyo rin yung staff, the staff are paid well, the guests are treated well, 'di ba? So para sa akin yun yung successful na yung event eh. What's there to prove? Like creating, 'di ba? Like you Palits, 'di ba? Creating an event, the main goal is for the event to be successful. Hindi yung dapat marami tayong taong mapapunta sa event. 'Di ba?
Right.
Yun eh. Like as long as it went well from the start to finish, like it doesn't matter kung gaano kadami yung taong napapasok mo.
Right.
Like, pwede mong i-flex na napuno namin yung SMX to max capacity na nakapasok lahat.
Right.
Walang nakapila sa labas. 'Di ba?
Right.
You can't, kasi masyado kasing try hard yung eto like I don't know if I'm gonna be slammed by the organizers for this because I really wanted to host next year's Conquest. Pero again, there's nothing left to prove. Ang dami nyo ng tickets na nabenta. Pag yun nga the moment na sold out yung tickets mo, successful na yung event mo.
Right.
Nothing else to
Exactly.
prove. Yun lang.
And one thing that was noticed by a lot of our online netizens or our community, is that they actually sold out tickets long before the event.
Long before the event. Yeah.
Yeah, and they re-released tickets to sell more. And it was kind of a weird thing to do to be honest, from my perspective. So this is like it's such a weird thing because um before I get into it, no, it really is just a weird thing. And following through with what Jazz just said, with the hype that the CEO or one of the co-founders did when he did he did a post. Justin, what was his name? Justin Banusing or something. He
Yeah.
posted something and he shaded on other people's event, and
This
he
is
was
Cos Carnival.
Cos Carnival. So he shaded on Cos Carnival on how poorly it went, and he said like, just wait for our event, and we will show you what a premium event is like. Basically,
Ito
that's
lang
what he
Lia,
said
ito lang
on his
Lia.
post.
Para lang bigyan kita ng context on why
Mhm.
people hated Cos Carnival. It's
Mhm.
because number one, walang resting area,
Right.
and premium tickets don't feel premium at all. But
Right.
everyone got into SMX. Lahat nakapasok sa SMX ng Cos Carnival. Out of,
That's a good
yun,
thing about
mm,
yeah. But yeah, so it kind of aggravated the community even more because of this post from before. And how about you, Mike? Knowing all this, what's your take on this? Why did it happen? Why was it not prevented? You know, what could have been done better?
Okay. So, ang ano dito, for me, it's lack of planning. Kasi they should have anticipated the capacity of the venue.
Mm.
Kasi we've been through the events ng SMX. And I'm gonna tell this so there was this one event na I was there to organize sa SMX
Right.
for a BPO. So dun sa nila sa description nila, they give out descriptions kung ano yung capacity nung per function room. Kasi pag
Right.
tinignan mo talaga yung pag tinignan mo dulo-dulo parang ang laki niyang area, pero it's actually divided into several rooms na may divider lang sa gitna.
Right.
So I'll just share what I have here on my screen. We're talking about the capacity. They should have planned this. If this was planned ahead of time, then alam mo yon, it could have been prevented.
diba? So
There you
that's a
go.
total of like ilan?
The floor square area.
16,000. 16,000 yung capacity ng kung kinuha nila yung halls 1 to 4 and 1 to 5. Function rooms 1 to 5. So 16,000 lang. Alright? It won't even fit 30,000 people at the same time. Diba?
Jesus Lord.
But an event kasi, di ba pag ganun kayo sa event palits, di ba parang sinusobrahan nyo ng konti? Kasi
Yeah.
hindi naman lahat ng tao sabay-sabay papasok eh.
Exactly.
Diba?
But here's the thing. So now Cap has showed this. I also did a little bit of research. So basically, the second floor function rooms can, go from 200 to 8,200 guests seated. So that doesn't include the booths. That's a seated function. Kumbaga event, you have a speaker, may mga upuan. So just imagine, yung sinend sa atin ni Cap na to, just imagine this, guys. This is not counting the booths inside
The
already.
booths. Oo.
So just imagine, right? So 16,000 capacity without the booths.
Lahat nakatayo, ganun.
Right? That's all everyone standing inside. That's your basic math. Let's just put it out there. 16,000. Let's just say, let's be safe. SMX can cater up to 20,000 guests. Let's round up, like crazy round up. 20,000 guests for this event without the booths. Right? Wala pang booth yan. That's how you should compute it. So now you added all these booths and you just have hallways and passages to accommodate all your guests, then it's way less than 20,000. It's not even half. It should be way less. So this is where the aggravation comes in. And this is kind of conflicting debate wherein when Mike said na it was not planned well, it's an understatement. this is where I would say it's a total understatement that it's unplanned. Well, initially, this is the obvious information that we all have. They sold out the tickets way before the event. They shouldn't have resold tickets online if they already sold out the initial tickets that they put out, because that's what their target is. And when you hit your target on an event, you are at full capacity already. Right? That's the main point that I think everyone online is going for. And reselling or selling more tickets after you sold out your first batch or your first target is just disaster waiting to happen. And this is what happened on the event, right? And we all saw it. And a lot of people are not being addressed right now. So one of the things that happened recently is that they posted a refund. So refund went live basically for those who didn't get in to the event. So I want you guys to give your insight. Nandiyan din si Chino, ano? He is
Hindi
in
lang
Japan.
Hindi
But,
hindi siya para sa mga taong hindi lang nakapasok, alright?
Right.
Para siya sa mga taong hindi na-redeem yung wristband.
Oh, okay.
So-
Alright.
So if you have the wristband, hindi mo pwedeng ma-redeem yung ano tawag dito, yung refund. And
Right.
magkano yung refund lang ibibigay? 666?
And how much was the ticket?
It's
800.
initially 800 before the
Tama.
event, and then on the day
666
itself,
yung refund.
pag bumili ka ng ticket, it's gonna be 100,000. 100,
1,000.
1,000, sorry.
Wow. And then the refund
100,000 para
was
sa
only
day pass, no? Grabe.
Ah, pero parang 600 lang. 600
Yeah,
plus lang yung
666
i-refund.
lang yung i-refund nila.
Wow.
I think it include, like, siguro yung bawas dun is, I guess, fees and taxes and all that stuff. But, yeah, yun yung 666 lang.
Okay.
Wow.
So,
Out of
sorry.
800.
Out
So,
of
Mike.
800 to So, kung out of 800 yun, ano yung 134 na yun? Yun siguro yung halaga ng papel na yun. And some taxes.
It's most likely the share of the ticketing partner, which is SM. So
SM.
I would say that's something that they cannot refund anymore, because the money that goes to SM needs to be paid to SM. That's part of their contract, and they will be in breach of contract. But so basically what happened is that yung mga hindi lang nakapag-redeem and hindi nakapasok ang makakapag-refund. And it aggravates everyone even more, because with all the bad experience, everyone that went to day 2 and day 3 should receive a refund. I think that's what everyone online is saying. But how about you guys? If you are the organizer of this kind of a big event, right? I think they did well with the guests. I mean, they invited, these big stars like Pokimane, Valkyrie, the Roomies, and everyone. They actually provided good content. That's one thing. I will not take that away from the organizers and Conquest. They organized like the Just Dance community, the tabletop community, different content creators were there. It had a good build up, let's say. But what's your take on this refund thing, and how they can fix the community's aggravation? How can they, sate, or at least can they still be forgiven by the community, or are there still any possibility of a Conquest 2024 after all this? Let's start with Mike, since I cut you off earlier. Let's start with Mike.
So, umpisa natin sa tanong mo kanina, is there gonna be a Conquest 2024? Yeah, definitely. Pero, will it have the same positive vibe that when it happened? Hindi na. Kumbaga, expect kagad nila pag sinabi nilang Conquest, is gonna be another riot, it's gonna be another problem, or it's gonna be another concern. With regards to the refunds, sana nagbigay sila ng guidelines, proper guidelines on how to give out the refunds. So marami kasing this should be systematic, no? Kasi may mga tao kasi na pwede nilang sabihin na hindi ako pumunta pero pumunta naman pala. That can happen.
Right.
Siguro ang magiging ang magiging advice ko lang talaga when it happens, they should be very critical in their own particular department. So when I say departments kasi, obviously it's it's a team, it's everyone is involved eh. Halimbawa, websites, so sa tickets. When I purchased my ticket, ang nakita ko doon was like 1% na lang para dun sa day pass.
Day pass,
Right.
Oo, pero the website had it updated 22nd of May.
Right.
So, parang ito nga, nakwento ko pa kay Jazz was, pustahan tayo, people will be going to the will be thinking na, may tickets pa, so bibili na ako.
Right.
Not knowing that it was not updated. So that's one department. The other department is obviously the one who's handling PR. Alam na nga nila na marami ng galit.
Right.
They could have at least said something na in the lines of, I'm sorry, here's what needs to be done, and here's how you guys can help us. Parang ganon.
Right.
So yun yung mga, some parts sa akin. Panigurado Jazz has more.
Right, of course. Before we proceed with Jazz, I just want to read out a comment by Zaid. The thing I think will be positive out of the recent event, other events will be planning more carefully, doing much better because now congoers are going to put every event under the microscope. I think that's an after effect. That's true. So, how about you, General? What's your take on the refund thing? Does everyone deserve a refund or just the ones who didn't get in? And would there be any possibility of a Conquest 2024 with all this issue that happened?
All right, to answer your questions, 'di ba? Kasi kanina na-ask mo din eh, if ikaw yung organizer, anong gagawin mo?
Yeah.
To
fix the issue.
To fix the issue.
To make it right,
diba?
yeah.
Number one is hindi ko gagawin yung ginawa niyang he shot on Coscarni.
Right.
Number one, that's like a very wrong decision to do. It bit him in the ass for some because of that, diba?
Right.
Number two, dapat hindi nag-deactivate after day 2.
Right.
He deactivated after day 2. Deactivate ng FB, deactivate ng Twitter, right?
Right.
It just means na parang tatakbuhan ko tong mga problema na to. I leave it to the guys on the ground. Number 3, he has to be on the ground. Haven't seen him there. ESGS, nandyan si Richard Brohan, naka-hoodie, walang security detail. He just walks around the event, nangangamusta ng mga tao. I love that about hands-on. I love that about Richard Brohan, man. Like he's there, like, kamusta kayo, ganito, ganyan. Pag may kailangan kayo, sabihan nyo lang yung sino yun, yung contact natin dun, di ba? So like, he's there, he's just wearing a hoodie, casually chilling, walking around. People don't even recognize that it's Richard Brohan, di ba? So, I think being there on the ground is one of the things na will make people say na you care about your event. Kahit, I tell you, pumunta lang siya dun sa mga pumipila, right? Like, guys, excuse me, ganito, ganyan. People like, sabihin nila, sino tong taong to? Like, God, he's actually Justin. Parang, he's really here. He's trying to like, calm us down. Like, people in lines would believe him. Like, kasi nandun ka eh. Ikaw mismo nandun eh sa event eh, di ba? Haven't seen him there. Even like news of him having there. Even people, kung may selfie man sila with a guy, di ba? Wala.
Right.
So, hindi naman kailangan na para hands-on na ikaw yung like, ito gawin mo. Hindi mo naman kailangan mag-micromanage doon. Just be there and make people think na ina-attendan mo yung sarili mong event. Kasi
Right.
kung ikaw mismong organizer, hindi ka ayaw mo umattend sa sarili mong event, it says a lot about your event. Di ba? So,
That
yun yung
that
sa
is a
akin.
really good point.
Diba? Ito pa, like, you ask me kung, like, the ticketing thing, everyone deserves a refund. Like, I don't know the mechanics or the technicalities of it, but as long, I think, a picture ng wristband na, kasi kailangan mo daw i-prove na hindi ka nakapasok, ganun. Like,
That's
dapat like, how do you prove na hindi ka nakapasok, di ba?
exactly.
Like, probably like, I don't know, man. Like, kasi nasuot mo na yung wristband, di ba?
Right.
So, pinutol mo na yung wristband for some reason kasi nandun ka na.
Okay, sobrang
So,
buwisit mo, di ka makapasok, ang tagal
di ka
ng pila.
makapasok, sinira mo na yung wristband.
Right,
Or
I've
tinakbo
heard
mo na
like
kasi galit
people
na galit
waiting
ka na.
5 hours just to get into SMX
So,
and
like,
have to wait more.
Bad trip ka na, di ba? So, like, I think they have to like find a way to prove that people actually did not get in. Or better yet, refund everyone.
Right.
Lahat ng bumili ng ticket, i-refund nila.
They're gonna be in a financial loss if that happens.
Well,
But people will actually start believing in them again. Yun.
yeah, exactly.
Take
So,
the hit. Take the hit.
Exactly.
Give back people's money, and then come back ka ulit sa next event, di ba?
Right.
Like, yeah, malulugi ka ngayon, pero look what Ozin did, di ba? Sila yung LineCon before, and
Right.
kasi nga they expanded, right? Now they started to scale down to an event that they could actually manage. Their events are looking great. Their events are actually the ones I enjoyed as well. Diba? Ozin Summerfest sa Ayala Malls the 30th. Nag-host ako doon. It was super fun. Diba?
Right.
So, parang alam mo yun, like maybe in a grand scheme of things, right? In a very perfect world, if people act like nag-spell si Doctor Strange na nakalimutan ng tao yung Conquest 2023, I think if 2024 comes, scale down. Like, just, like bigger events kasi would lead to bigger problems. Alam mo yan, Lee, di ba?
Right.
The bigger the event, bigger problems. Smaller event that you can handle, you can manage, like, madaling isolve yung mga problems on that kind of events. Diba?
That's so true. So true.
So, in the question of Conquest 2024, remember Billy McFarland with Fire Festival. He's planning to do a Fire Festival too. No one gives a shit.
Right.
So, Conquest 2024, some people might give a shit about Conquest 2024. Some people might actually still go to Conquest 2024. I've heard talents wanting to be part of Conquest 2024 that's kissing the organizers' asses right now. So, I don't know. Conquest 2024 might still happen.
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed, with all the influencer that has gone there. Most of their post has been really, really positive at most. It's not even addressing the issues that the organizer has done. And this is aggravating. If you really are...
Ito pa, isa pa sa hindi ko gusto, ini-invalidate nila
Exactly.
yung suffering ng mga tao.
Exactly.
Why the fuck
I've read
you
a
did
few
your
things.
best?
Yan lang kasi singit lang ako guys.
I was actually
Singit
just
lang
gonna
ako
go
kasi-
to Tino na.
Oh.
I was actually gonna ask you, since you've had experiences with ESGS and all the other events, what's your take on the whole thing? With the an obvious overselling of tickets. Let's not tread on it anymore, since it's totally obvious that they oversold tickets. What's your take on this? Could they recover? Does everyone, deserve a refund?
Well, but actually pinag-usapan na natin to, di ba? And really, let's just call it what it is. It's a scam. Scam yan eh. Kasi yung sinabi ni Mike na you should have anticipated the floor capacity. Alam mo na yung floor capacity even before planning the whole thing.
Right.
Kung 18K yun, hindi naman siya matagdagan eh. Mababawasan lang siya. So you can't anticipate it. You know it already. So you can't just anticipate it. You know that it's there. Plus, yung overselling of tickets, alam na natin na they sold out. Okay, great. They sold out. Tapos pinilit pa nila. Ako yun kasi probably I'd sell a few more. Pero nagbenta ka ng 70,000 tickets.
Yeah, that's what is
Expecting what?
going on the internet. 70,000 tickets
Diba?
sold online. So
Expecting
that,
what? Ano yung expect mo? Na hindi na yung let's say yung 18 na to pupunta sa day 1 after ng 12 p.m. alis na yung 18, next 18K.
mm,
Diba? I mean, that's
right.
just stupid.
But
It shows maturity.
naka-schedule,
And
2 hours ka lang daw pwede
exactly.
mag-ikot sa event tapos labas.
Right. It
Ako,
that's a stupid assumption. That's a good point, Gino. Go ahead. Go ahead.
ako, I'm not an events organizer. I don't really know how it goes, although I'm very aware of it. Yung bina-events na organize ko was just some corporate events, pero not the etong mga malalaki.
Not this
And I
scale. Not
know,
this scale. Yeah.
not this scale, and I know how hard it is. Pero again, it shows immaturity in the organizer's part kasi unang-una sa lahat, floor capacity. You should know kung gaano kadami yung tickets sa bebenta mo. Aside from that, you know kung ilan yung booths na ilalagay mo, ilan yung sponsors mo, ilan lahat yan. You should plan it very well. Isipin mo yan, mas marami pa yung nakapila sa labas kaysa sa nakapasok.
Right.
Aside from that, yung mga nagbayad ng 20,000 pesos for the fucking VIP, na fine, yung mga guests, grabe talaga. Like Pokimane, gaano ka ilang beses makikita sa Pokimane sa Pilipinas. Not every time. Pero, I've even heard na there were some that from province, nagbayad sila ng mga VIP tickets only to find out na hindi pala sila makakapasok because of time constraint and whatnot.
Yeah, I
Not
didn't
just time
even I wasn't
constraint,
even
Chino.
yeah.
Not just time constraint, walang pila para sa VIP.
Yeah. So that's something that was actually part of the issues. I wasn't gonna discuss it, but since we are here now, that's another aggravating thing. You pay 20,000 pesos, right?
Oh.
20K for a premium VIP ticket to meet your idols. To makasalamuha para makausap sila, to take a picture with
Oh.
them, and you don't even get to the door.
Do so. Oo.
Oh,
Right.
plus hindi lang 20,000 ginastos mo. I mean, if
Or
you're from the
exactly.
province, it probably costed you gas money or
Travel
maybe
money.
airplane tickets
Oh.
going to
Travel,
Manila.
the allowance, the
Travel
food,
time, what the
the
fuck.
day
Hotel
that you didn't work.
accommodations.
Diba?
So,
Yung mga
Again,
kilala ko galing pa
immaturity. It's
So,
it's the
yeah.
immaturity of the organizers not knowing kung ano yung nangyayari. Pinag-usapan namin ni Jazz to eh. We were talking about it privately actually. Na what they could have done. What they could have done was dapat hindi sila nag-expand agad. They could have made it like
Same
perfect
lang last
example
year.
yung Ozen kasi talaga eh. Perfect
Alright.
example was Ozen eh. You organize to a point na yun lang yung kaya mo for now. Pwede ka naman mag-expand in the future if you have more experience. Okay, say dagdagatin ng mga tao to. Di ba ganun? Pero I mean, it's an easy problem to solve.
all right.
Di ba? Unfortunately, it was also easy for them to create the problem. Di ba?
Right.
Hmm.
So, we discussed the main issue of overselling the tickets. So, here's my take, guys. I've been to premium events, mainly Middle East Film and Comic Con. So, this is like the premium event in the Middle East. This is the biggest. It's almost like San Diego Comic Con for the US. So, it's the counterpart, basically. And it attracts more than 200,000 goers for the event itself, and it's only a 3-day event, same as Conquest. So comparing what I saw online and what you guys have told me, to say that it's just immaturity and being inexperienced is almost an insult to the people that was aggravated by this event. This is insulting to them that we're just saying that it's inexperience. It's not inexperience. This is a straight out money making scam that they did. This is obvious already. Quote and quote me, but it's too obvious. When you sold out your first batch of tickets, you should have closed your ticket sales. When you did another sale of tickets, you knew you were over capacity. That's just it. There's no ifs and buts about it. It's too obvious that you wanted to make more money. That's it. You already made your target. You already sold out your first batch of tickets. That's the only point. And in regards to lines are normals in cons. Trust me, they're normal.
Oh yeah.
But here's the thing. When you say you're a premium event, you anticipate that immediately, and you have a separate damn hall for these lines. You don't ask your goers to wait under the sun and assume that they're gonna wait there for hours on end on costume and to go inside your event. I've been to MEFCC. They have a separate hall just for lines and tickets.
What is MEFCC to the
Middle East Film and Comic Con? It's way bigger. 200 to 300,000 con goers in 3 days. And this is not just in the UAE. People abroad go to these events. People from Qatar and everyone in the Middle East goes to this event. And they have done this successfully every time that they did it. Knowing, let's just put out the number, right? Assuming they sold tickets at 800 pesos. Let's not assume the 1,000 on the site and on site and yung mga 20,000 VIP tickets. You made roughly 50 million pesos on ticket sales. That's not including booths that paid you, sponsors that paid you millions of pesos just to be in your event. Guys, I will be the devil's advocate. I don't care if I get slammed by the organizers or G3 gets affected, but I'm for the community. I'm that guy. This is what we did with Sandbox Swap.
Grabe ka, you don't care kung maapektahan yung G3?
I mean, for what they're gonna tell us, but nobody's gonna say.
No, it's a scam. Yeah.
I mean, who was that reporter? A famous reporter just
Julius
created a
Babaw.
post. Julius Babaw even tagged them as a scam because it's too obvious that nobody. And I hate the content creators that posting shit about this. That's too positive. Stop covering up
Sorry,
for these people.
Nag-interrupt lang ako, Lia. I mean, I fucking totally agree. Marami pang nagsasabi na congrats on the show.
Exactly.
Chin up. Be better. Learn from this experience. This is not the time to say that. Hindi pa nila nakikita yung mga taong apektado.
It's just aggravating. Kaya nagkakaroon ng
fucking stupid.
Kaya nagkakaroon lalo ng division when it comes to, may mga tinatawag ngayon na conquest apologies. I've seen it.
Conquest apologies.
Yeah, guys, I mean, call it what it is. Ayaw nyo man tawagin na scam yun, fine. Don't call it scam. Pero let's not, please acknowledge naman yung hirap, yung hardship ng mga tao na nakapila doon. Don't call it a successful shit. No?
It's not successful. It's a failure by definition. You oversold tickets. You under-delivered. Yes, you have great content. You have great guests. But what did that do to the community? You did nothing for the community. You did it for yourself to attract ticket buyers.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's what my take will be. Again, I understand. I may sound like I'm angry. I wasn't there, but knowing how passionate con-goers are, these people are, it aggravates me even if I'm just here from outside looking in. It doesn't look great. And to be honest, Conquest 2024, if you will try, I hope it doesn't go successfully. Success, because first thing, this is not unplanned. This is intentional in every intentional. That's I will not say na it's immaturity, inexperience and all this. It's intentional. They oversold tickets to make money. That's it.
Let me interrupt you guys. we've been into cons na for the past year na. Mag 1 year na rin tayo magkakasama eh. One thing that really broke
More than a year. 1 year.
Oh, more than
More
a
than a
hindi,
year.
I mean, more than a year na, sorry. Pero one thing that
What
really
Rev
broke
Major?
my heart was yung nakapila ako dun sa second floor. Kay Mama Poland. Kasi yun naman ang pinupunta namin dun eh, di ba?
Suki na tayo dun.
Suki tayo dun. Right there, nung nandun ako sa pila na yun, siguro ilang tao pa bago ako umabot dun kay Mama Poland.
Right.
Bigla siya nagalit. I mean, nagagalit siya doon sa ano niya, sa cellphone niya. She was holding her phone, nagagalit siya. Sabi ko sa kanya, Mami, sabi ko sa kanya gano'n, nag-ano pa ako, Mami, parang mainit ulo natin sabi niya gano'n. Tapos sabi niya na, pinapasara kami ng kasi daw, parang pinapasara na daw sila at 1:30 p.m.
Wow, tanghali, which is the peak time for food.
Tapos, nandun ako sa second floor noon. I mean, nandun kami sa second floor. Nandun sila Mama Paula sa second floor eh. Tapos, nandun sila sa isang location na hindi talaga mo sila madalas nakikita. Madalas nasa loob sila eh. So, kami, ni Trickster, ni Mika, ni Rene, I mean, nagulat kami na gano'n na pala yung eksena. Tapos, tinawagan siya, tapos pinuntahan siya nung kung sino mga organizer na didn't get the name, obviously. Yun na lang eh. That speaks in volumes. Kung ganun ang sinasabi ninyo sa mga tao, nakikita sa mga vendors, these are people who supports your events, 'di ba?
Yeah.
Yung mga nasa booth, yung mga ano na yan. These are the one who supports your events. Tapos kung gano'n na magiging treatment mo sa kanila, dun pa lang it's
And that's
bad
true.
na talaga.
I will follow through with that. I wasn't actually gonna cover all the issues because there's a lot of issues regarding Conquest 2023. The vendors, the lines, the room staff, the PWD, issues with the staff. Those are all aggravating. But what's obvious is, again, overselling of tickets. So to
Here's
close
my
this
take.
out.
Teka lang. May take ako sa overselling of tickets. This will be my last and final take. I think isa rin sa mga reasons nila why they oversold tickets is to prove that they sold more tickets than ESGS.
Oh.
Yun na yun. Isa yun. Yun na yung take ko Because as of right now, there are 2 events that on that big of a scale na dito mismo sa Philippines of this same theme. Diba?
Right.
ESGS and Conquest.
Right.
So, it might be just me.
It's an assumption,
but, diba? It might be just me, pero feeling ko, it's something na gusto nilang i-flex na we sold this number of tickets more than ESGS.
Well, hindi nila ma-flex yun ngayon.
True.
Yeah. I mean, everyone wants to be the biggest event. If you're an event organizer, you always want to be the biggest event of the year, of the entire country. But here's what I'm gonna say to close things out, guys. Whenever we create events for communities, we prioritize the community rather than money or profit. Because the thing is, when you do this kind of events, the only thing that supports your event that gives you profit is the community itself. There's nothing more important than the community that is supporting your event than your bottom line. Your bottom line is shit. Forget about it. I've done successful events. Our last event for Sandbox Swap Meet gathered 6,000 people. And that's a small event. It's a small event for us because we're just starting out. And we managed it. We didn't have any issues. But for you guys, you had the budget. You basically paid for the venue from all your vendors, from all your sponsors, and you wanted more.
And you claim to have the experience.
And you claim to be a premium event. You are not. You are far from it. And you might say that you under-delivered. You didn't deliver anything. Okay, that's just one thing that I'm gonna close it out. This is not gonna be one of those podcasts that we ended on a positive note. This is a totally negative thing. That's why the background. because you organized a trash pile of an event. That's what it is. This is why we did this podcast episode. As much controversy it got, it needs to be said because nobody online is saying it. Nobody is speaking for the community. It's
Nobody's
all the
brave
community is
enough.
Exactly. Nobody is. All these influencers are saying positive things. So here we are at G3 Podcast. We are here for the community and all the con-goers. We want you to know that you are not alone in this battle. And if there are any litigations that's gonna happen, I hope everyone wins because you are due for your time, your effort, and your money. So again, guys, to all our viewers, to everyone who followed, shared, and liked and watched the podcast, please do watch out our recordings on YouTube and our TikTok and our social media accounts. This has been a sad episode to say that we had to do this episode. This is not something fun because most of the events that we do, we end up having enjoyable experience and we enjoy the event overall. And we never did this kind of review for an event.
Ever.
Ever. We never did. Rev Major, ESGS, and all the events that we went through, we had positive experience. And
Even Conquest 2022, hindi natin ginawa to.
yes, yeah,
And it was also bad, you know?
yeah, and that's one thing. You already had issues with your Conquest 2022, and that's why I said it's not inexperience, it's negligence. You did it in on purpose. So, and to close it out, thank you guys for everyone who's watching. It's me, Charlie, your host. I'm with Captain Mike, Chino from Japan, and General Tuna, wishing you a good day, a very positive day, and I hope everyone who went to Conquest have a better day, guys. See you guys on our next podcast. Bye-bye. Conquest, wag na kayo mag-event. Justin Banusing, resign. Mag-resign ka. You don't deserve your position. Dumbass.